Well, hello everyone. My name is Russoft, and I am one of your tournament officials slash administrators of this Low Elo Legends League. And we are going to be introducing the league, the play format, the teams soon. We're working on the final draft. You might have seen activity in the general channel on Discord here. I'm going to walk you through a few things here. We're going to start by just a quick cruise through the handbook. I'm going to remind you that it exists, and that's where you go for information on how you need to set up your matches and all the rest. I'm going to show you how to schedule a match so that we're aware that a match is scheduled. We want to cast as many of these matches as possible and spectate them even if they aren't cast. I'm going to show you how to download mods. There is one mod you need to download in order to access one of the maps that's in the map pack, and I will show you which one that is. I'm going to talk about how to set up your lobby for a match, how to copy the invite, how to share it with the other players, etc. Actually, we also need to look at drafts. I'm gonna drafts. That'll probably go probably here. All right. Yeah. We're gonna look at how to do your drafts. We're gonna look at the replay packer. So once you're done playing a match is a best of 3. So you're going to play until one team has 2 points. So if you win the first match and then the other team wins the second match and you're tied, then you'll play first game, second game, and then you're tied, you'll play the third game to decide the match. But if you win the first 2 games, then you win the match and it stops right there. Then finally, I'll look at how to post the results and then check on your team standings. So let's go through this. Some things are subject to change, but this will give you a general framework, and this is a casual tournament. We're going to figure it out together as we go. So let's first look at the handbook. So the handbook is right here in important links in the Discord. You're going to come down to the handbook, click on that, and here's the handbook. So yeah, there's your admins. We added a new admin, Bendu, who's going to help with some of the logistics. Here's our general timeline. We hope to get started here on June 15th. Just an overview of the tournament, gameplay requirements. You can read through all this on your own time. We've worked on the seating. We've got our seating mostly figured out. We've had a few drops from the tournament. We're trying to make sure that everyone gets a teammate they're happy with. Here's the map pool, okay? So there's Black Forest, Arena, and Hideout. Those are what we call our closed maps, and they are standard maps. And then we have our Nomad / highly random maps. So we've got Step, which is just a Nomad start. We have Mega Random, and Mega Random is a standard map again, and it's not necessarily a Nomad start. We have Pilgrims, which is a Nomad start, and then we have Hyperrandom Nomad. This is the only map that isn't a standard map. So all the rest you can get, it's just part of the base game. Hyperrandom Nomad, you're going to have to download a mod for that. And I'm going to show you how to get that mod. It's pretty straightforward. I will actually probably show you some of the wrinkles with that map as well. There's a little bit of strangeness to it. I don't want anyone surprised. I would actually highly suggest that once you are paired with your teammate, you smack some AI around in either single player or multiplayer with them to get accustomed with the maps. There's some weird things about this map that you need to get used to if you're going to play it, or just ban it. But your opponents may not ban it. Okay, we've got our rules. All right, so this is where we get to our drafts, and I believe that is our next topic. Oh no, we're gonna look at how to schedule our match. Now we're gonna look at the draft since we're here. All right, so we're gonna go. You're gonna always start with a map draft, and then a Civ draft. All right, so you're gonna click on that. You got your map draft here. What you're gonna do is click Create New Draft from this preset. If you are the host, and we're going to be a little bit flexible on who is and isn't the host, but we are going to try and create a higher seed, the host. So then we're going to click Host, and you're going to change your name. So in my case, I'm going to be Russoft. Set name, and then the guest captain is going to log in. All right. So what you're going to do is then you're going to take this link, and you're going to go to Discord. Let's find Discord. And you're going to paste it. You're going to go to, your direct messages. You're going to find your teammate. You're going to paste it to them. And then they're going to click on that link. All right. And when they click on that link, they're going to get this, and they're going to go, okay, I'm the guest, and the guest is not named the same. We're going to say Shoveler. Now, you should probably just use your team name. I would actually ask that all teams come up with a name. Otherwise, it's going to be Shoveler / or Shoveler's team. Anyway. And one participant, the team will decide ahead of time, one of the participants in the team, because this is a 2v2, will do the draft for the team. So we'll start with map draft. Now, I'm the guest here. This is the guest, and they're going to click ready. And then on the host side, they're also going to click ready. You're only going to take care of one side of this. I'm going to show you both sides because I need to do it to make it work. Once you've both clicked ready, you can decide on a ban. So the host gets to ban first. Say we don't want to deal with Hyperrandom Nomad. All right, done. No Hyperrandom Nomad. Maybe the other team hates Arena, and they're going to ban. Oh, see, I already made a mistake. Oh, yeah. So that's the ban. Now the host gets to pick their first map. All right, they banned Hyperrandom Nomad, which probably means they like closed maps, so they're going to go with Black Forest. Now the other team goes, they banned Hyperrandom Nomad. But we like Mega Random, so we'll pick Mega Random. And then admin pick, this is a random pick of the third map, and it's Pilgrims. So what will happen is the first game played will happen on Pilgrims. And then, after that, the loser of the first game gets to pick the next map. So they can pick either Black Forest or they can pick Mega Random. They don't have to pick their map. They can pick either of the maps for the next game. And then the third game, if it goes on to a third game, will be the third of these maps. So it'll be one of these 3 green maps, and you don't play these. So that's how the map draft works. Now, don't lose this link. Hang on to this link. You're going to copy that link, and eventually, when you post your results, you're going to post that into your results. Now let's look at civs. Once you've picked your maps, you know what kind of civs you're going to need for your maps. You're going to create a new draft from this preset. And we've got a host. And like I said, you're going to copy the link. You're going to send it to the opponent. They're going to paste it into their browser. They're going to click guest. And we've got Shoveler's team versus Shoveler's team here. Got to sort myself out here. To stay clear, we're going to call this Russoft's team. All right? All right. So we're ready. The other team's ready. All right. Host gets to pick first. Armenians. And then the other team picks Berbers. And then now that they've had a civ pick, now they get to ban. So I'll ban, say, Britons. I'm just picking at random here because I want to get through this quickly. And then the host gets to now ban their first civ. Ban. All right. And then we get another ban as well. So a host gets 2 bans in a row after the first ban from the guest. Now the guest gets their second ban, and then they get their pick. Please pay attention on whether it's a pick or a ban. Don't ban the civ you're trying to pick. That sucks. All right. So remember, you're only going to be seeing one side of this. I'm showing you both sides of this. And I would suggest that you actually practice this on your own time. Practice it with your teammate, the draft situation. You can get very detailed. You can research your team or your opponents, figure out what civs they like and they're strong with. So anyway, you're going to keep going through this, selecting bans and picks back and forth between the guest and the host. And a few picks. It's a pretty long pick because you're picking, remember, you got to pick civs for yourself. You got to pick civs for your teammate. So you got a lot on your plate as I would suggest the more experienced player in playing tournaments or whatever be doing this, even if they aren't the highest ELO player. If they are the most experienced in doing the draft, maybe they should do that. Remember, you're picking 3 civs for yourself, 3 civs for your ally or for your teammate. And there's 7 civs total. So 1 civ you don't need to use. And this is only if you go to all 3 games. All right. So again, don't lose this link. Leave it in your browser. Don't close the tab. Later, you're going to need this link. You can even post it into Discord to save it. Actually, you're going to know this link because you're going to be posting it to the opponent team in Discord. So you won't lose this link. That's not the issue. All right. So that's the draft process. Let's take a look at the next step. So we're done drafts. Now we're going to schedule map. Okay, I've shown you the drafts, but you're going to schedule a match long before you do your drafts. You're going to do the drafts the day that you're playing. You're going to do it as early or as close to the match as possible. So if you've scheduled it for 8 p.m., do it 5 minutes early or do it at 8 p.m., but don't do it earlier in the day and then spend hours between that and the actual match, please. Okay, to schedule a match, and this is just so everyone knows the match is happening, they can tune in and participate in spectating it. Again, ideally we would have a tournament official available in case questions arise, there are issues, there are problems. One of us wants to be around to help you out. So under here, we're going to have match scheduling. And what you're going to do is you're going to say Russoft team. Again, say Russoft. This is my team, tentatively at least. V, and you're going to pick the other team. And I don't remember what the other teams are right now. I think Secretary and Melly is another team that's been set. Melly's not on here. We'll just say Melly. And then you're going to give the date. So you're going to go at date. Oh, interesting. This isn't working. Time. At time. At time. And then presumably, I believe you can actually then click that and adjust it. I might have to, there is a separate website for doing this. I'm hoping that we don't have to use that. I'm trying to think about how, maybe I can do a format here. So say it's going to be 2026, 06, 15th, the 15th. Yeah, so just type the date and then at, let's say 7 p.m., 7:00 p.m. There you go. So it pops up. So just start typing the date. It'll give you a suggestion. You can pick whichever format you like. Make sure it has the time and the date in it. Maybe this is a nice format right here. Okay, so the important aspects are the players who are participating, or just the team names. But ideally, you want to tag people, and then the time that the match is going to happen. And you're going to post that. So now you've scheduled your match, and everyone knows about the match that has been scheduled. All right. Let's look at next topic. We've looked at scheduling a match. We've looked at the handbook. We've looked at drafts. And you're going to have to work with the other team to figure out when to schedule a match. Try to be flexible. Often weekends will work, even if you're in very different time zones. Usually, if you're in this league, it's because we've been playing with you, and often you're playing evening time in the United States. But feel free to find a time that works for you outside of those hours. All right. Let's look at downloading the mods. So if you're doing Hyperrandom Nomad, you're going to need a mod. And so I would just go ahead and download this mod, even if you don't end up using it. All right, mods. So this is the mod you're looking for. It's already in my installed mods. But what we're going to do is to go to Browse Mods. You're going to type in Zetnus, Zetnus, and then it's Zetnus Hyperrandom. You're going to click that, and then you're going to click Subscribe down here. I'm already subscribed, so I don't need to click that. And I'm just going to show you. Actually, now we'll look at setting up the match. So what you should do, it is contingent. It is important that you, your teammate, the other team, check your settings. Don't do stuff wrong. Now, if you end up playing through the whole match and you had a setting wrong, but everyone agrees that it was still a fair match, maybe we just let it go. This is, again, a casual tournament. There's no prize money involved. So multiplayer, we're going to host the game. Okay. LEL. You can do LEL League or LEL. I think I have it LEL like that in the handbook, but however you want. And then you're going to go Team 1 name v Team 2 name. And this is why it would be good to pick a name that's consistent so that it's easy to find. So whatever you do, don't deviate too much on this. It's going to either be LELL or LEL space league, and then try to go with the decided team names, because if you deviate too much, it's going to be hard to find the match. And it would be helpful for spectators to be able to find it. It's unranked, it's public, players. It's going to be a 4-player match. Okay? You're going to allow spectators. You're going to hide the civilizations. Okay? If you get into the match that someone else has hosted, you notice that there isn't a question mark over their civs, let them know that they need to fix the settings. If they've already picked their civ, that's too bad for them. Spectator delay, we're going to go with 2 minutes. This isn't that important, but be aware that if you do not add a spectator delay, there might be stream sniping. I seriously hope that that is not going to be an issue in this crowd, but just for everyone's sanity, put a spectator delay on there so that there are no accusations. Server, you can pick a server. I've never had issues, or that's not true. I have had issues. In general, I haven't had issues unless you're driving a toaster or you're at the end of a very long line somewhere. But you guys, if you're playing, if all the teams are in the same part of the world, you know, for example, a lot of us are in the US, we could pick West US or something. But otherwise, default probably will be fine. And then you go ahead and you create the lobby. I don't know what this is all about, and this is driving me crazy. This just started tonight. I'm going to screenshot that and complain to the devs. Hopefully that isn't an issue with that. That isn't an issue for you. All right. So we're going to go standard map. Let's pick just arena. Okay. So everyone's going to start filing in. Obviously, I can see these civs because there isn't... I wonder if I could actually just invite someone in who's handy right now. You know, I'm not going to worry about it. All right. Make sure you set your map size accordingly. There's 4 players. You're going to pick a medium-sized map. Standard. This affects animals, I believe. So make sure your AI is set to standard. Resources standard. Population 200. Game speed normal. Reveal map normal. If you're playing Black Forest, set this to explored because that's how Black Forest is played. If you don't do this and everyone's happy to continue on, that's fine. Carry on. Starting age standard. Ending age standard. Conquest, no treaty length. Okay? Lock teams, team together. Now, this is where I'm actually starting to not remember. So what you're going to do is you're going to have your handbook pulled up in a tab somewhere that you can switch to and just check your settings. Now, full disclosure, I've actually made a mistake here in the handbook. Turbo mode is supposed to be off. Okay? So no turbo mode. Lock speed checked. Record game checked on this column. Those are the only 2 on this column checked. First 2 checked. And actually, shared exploration should be on as well in this team game. I haven't discussed this with our admin team because this is something I'm thinking of as I'm recording this video. But let's go with shared exploration is on. That's standard for ranked. That's how we're going to do it. All right? So you've heard it here first. In fact, I will update the handbook while we're doing it. Shared exploration is checked. Team together. Lock teams. Lock speed. Record game. All right. Now, while we're here, I'm actually going to grab this. And I'm going to copy it. And we're going to stick it into here. All right. And we'll fix that later. All right. So that's how you set up your match. Now, because we're talking about, I'm going to go custom. What I'm finding interesting here is I'm not seeing my mods, which is very interesting. That's something I'm going to have to sort out. All right, so we're not going to look at Hyperrandom Nomad tonight because apparently I've broken something in my game, which I'll have to deal with. All right, so that's how you set up your match. Everyone clicks ready. They start the game. It is very important that you pick your if you want a color, you pick your color and you stick with your color selection throughout the match. Don't change it once the match is midway through a match. And it's important that you pick your color and not move it around. If you start changing your colors while you're in the lobby, you will be able to peek the opponent's civilization. Don't do that, okay? It's not sportsmanlike. So pick your color, leave it alone, or just leave it question mark and move on with life. That is all about that. Let's take a look now at what else we had to talk about. All right, we've talked about downloading the mods. We've talked about setting up the lobby. Now we're going to look at the replay packer. All right. So you have all your replays because you've recorded the match. Click single player, load game, go to your replays, and then replays. Okay, you're going to find your replays. Click open save games folder. Okay, and you're going to get the replays. You're going to select your replays, all right? And then you're going to go to your replay packer. So in Discord, I have a link to the replay packer. We're going to go to important links. We're going to click on the replay packer. Okay. We're going to go team 1, team 2. Okay. You're going to put in the names of the teams. You're going to paste the map draft. All right. Where's our map draft? This is our Civ draft. That's the right one. Map draft. We're going to copy this link. We're going to put it into map draft. We're going to go into Civs. We're going to copy that. We're going to put it into Civ draft. All right. So now you can see everything's populated here. It is 3 games. The best of 3 games. All right. And then you've got your save games. You're going to drag them into here. These are just games I randomly found. Okay. So you're going to drag in the 3 saved games or your recorded games, and then you're going to hit download here. Okay. And then this zip folder, you're going to put into Discord. So match results, like that. We're going to drag this into here. Let's see if we can do this. All right. You're going to attach the packed replay. And then you're going to say at Russoft's team, whatever the name of that team is. You can do at you can do your name, you can do your teammate's name, you can do team name here. V. We'll pick them. And then team name here. And then you can even paste these links to the drafts again. I would actually suggest you do that to make it easier for us. You're going to copy your Civ draft. You're going to grab your map draft. Okay. Map draft. Just like that. And that's how you're going to post it. Okay. You should also post the score. And there is a way to do that. Spoiler, I think. Let me look that up quick while we're sitting here. I apologize. Discord spoiler tag. All right, so let's just I'm gonna edit this. You can do, and then instead of the V, we're gonna actually do the score. So this is, we're gonna say we just smashed them. It was 2-0 because it's the best of. All right, 2-0. And then you're learning with me. Sorry guys, this is the problem with doing something live. I could have prepared this all. Okay. So you're gonna do the double line. Double line. Let's try that. There you go. Okay. So double line, the score of the first team listed, dash the score of the second team listed, and then the name of the second team. And that way it's hidden and people don't get spoiled. The result isn't spoiled for them. Okay. You're going to post the Civ draft and the map draft. So that's how you're going to post your results. I hope that makes sense. Replay packer, posting results, challenge. All right, challenge is a website which I have not finalized, but I'm going to post this into the important links on Discord once it's ready to go. And don't worry about these teams. This is just me playing around. You can check your standings. So, here's my team, right? It's going to show my win, loss, and ties. And this is sort of your score. This is match wins against tied opponents. This is only for tiebreakers. This is your number of points, so number of games won. This is set wins, so number of matches won, set ties, anyway. And then match history. All right. So this is standings. This tells you where you are relative to everyone else. Then there's matches. This shows all the matches that need to be played. This is a free schedule tournament. Once this goes live, you can schedule and play all the games you need to play. So you can see here in round 1, I'm scheduled against this team here. But if they're not available until a month from now, I can go over to like round 4 here and go, oh, you know what? We're going to play these guys because they're available today. In fact, right this evening, an hour from now. So let's just go for it. And then maybe later in the evening, it's like, hey, that went well. It's, oh, you know what? These guys are online. Let's play our round 5 as well. You can play your matches as quickly as you want. Please just let us know that it's happening in the by scheduling them in Discord. But then play them out in any order you want. You don't have to follow the round 1 through 9 rule. There's gonna be a lot of rounds, and this number of rounds may change. Right now there's 9 teams. If it becomes 10 or 11 teams, it's gonna be more rounds, and it's going to run through till September. Hopefully we can get it done. We may stretch out the timeline a bit just to give people enough time to wrap it up. Again, this is a casual league. We are not running a very tight ship here, but we want it to be fun, so we don't want people to just not get their games done. So please stick with it. If people are just way behind by the time September comes and they haven't played their games, we may just have to drop them out. Just score everything 0 for the team that is being uncooperative and a no-show. So I think I have covered everything. I would like to show you the Hyperrandom Nomad map. I will do that in a separate video once I figure out why my custom map scripts are not showing up. I must have messed something up with my file system, which is about typical for me. With that, I would like to thank you for tuning in. I hope we all have a great time. And again, we're going to get the teams together soon, and we'll let you know once everything's finalized, and we'll do a sort of a kickoff live stream. I'll probably have Shoveler join me, and we'll announce the teams. We'll ask everyone to give themselves an interesting name, pick some avatars that are cool, etc. And we're gonna have a good time of it. This is what this is about. Fun and some bragging rights. So with that, I would like to thank you for sitting through this. And if you have any questions, please, we are available. Reach out to myself. Bleh and Bendu all have, and as well as Secretary E, all have, and that's not his name on. He is Bleh's distant uncle, Jimenez, on Discord. And we will try to help you out. We all have previous tournament experience. Shoveler, who is hosting this tournament, has probably the least experience. So in terms of technical questions, just reach out to us and we'll figure you out. In terms of like you're not happy with your seed or your teammate, you can talk to Shoveler as well. So I hope this was helpful, and I will catch you in the next video, everyone.